Q.
No, Q for anchors.
Yes.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, Q.
And
I'm
please, the
anchored,
light.
So I know.
Yeah.
Korbo Lorbo जीतबो? Nah. Korbo Lorbo हारबो. And KK हार है. It's no longer KKR.
KKR is okay, but I thought Delhi just wanted more
They
people
wanted-
to see.
yes.
Want more people to see that they are going to win this game.
Yes. See, Delhi tried the best to lose it. But such is the performance of the Kolkata Knight Riders and even Delhi Capitals, it went to the last over. 19 overs. They won by 1 over to spare and 4 wickets. Because it was a very weird match, if you have to look at it. Very weird.
It is. I agree in terms of how Delhi probably should have cruised.
Yes.
When Warner and Lalit Yadav were playing that 65-run partnership both of them had, everybody thought, yeah, game done and dusted. Everybody upstairs also in our newsroom.
Siddharth's reverse jinxing worked marvels.
Done and dusted. Yeah. I went to park my car outside and I came back. I saw Warner get out. And then immediately 2 more wickets.
No, and the beauty of
in the space of 11 balls.
The beauty of Siddharth's reverse jinx. I told you without jinxing it. Akshar Patel would really do wonders, but he got out the next ball.
Yeah, I by the way told him that Akshar's batting has improved in the pre-match show, right?
Yes.
So I was pointing it out to him when he hit that 6. Okay, I said Akshar, see batting well and all. 2 balls later he got run out.
Yes. So brilliance.
Everybody says the master of reverse jinx.
Exactly. So 5th consecutive loss for KKR, and they're also in the league of Chennai Super Kings and Mumbai Indians. 3 out of the 4 metros are now virtually
Delhi are just
about there. Yes, out of the playoff race. And Warner, a special slice of history today for David Warner. Only player now to score 1,000 plus runs against 2 franchisees in the IPL. He's hit 1,000 runs against Punjab Kings and now 1,000 runs against Kolkata.
I was telling you, right, when Warner bats, it's something else. Like you saw Mitchell Marsh come out, try and hit whatever, and Nikhil kept pointing out that he doesn't look like he's playing that well. And you saw Prithvi Shaw getting out whatever.
What a catch by Umesh
But
Yadav.
the way Warner hit that first boundary, you know, like the boss is there, still there. Delhi are still winning this.
I think first time in 5 games that he's not gone past 50, Warner, I think.
No, the second time. Last game also he got out earlier.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Okay. Got a start but got out.
So
many people might point out, I understand, and this was that question that came in the middle of the innings also, saying that maybe this wasn't a great pitch to bat on, and maybe that's why it's a low scoring game, and we may have been harsh on how KKR batted. I still disagree. This wasn't a bad pitch to bat on. This wasn't one of those pitches where you saw some low scoring games. This wasn't that pitch. I think it's a good pitch. It was just poor batting from both sides. And I think that's reflective of the point of how these two teams are in this IPL, which is KKR have no idea what their playing 11 is. Absolutely no idea about their playing 11. And I think just as we called it for Mumbai Indians and CSK that they're not making it, I think today, I don't know about you, I'm calling it that KKR cannot make the playoffs. No matter what happens from here.
I agree.
Whatever form they get, KKR are not making
only
it.
5 games remaining for KKR. They can at max get to 16. But I don't see this team even winning 5 consecutive games because their batting and bowling lineup was clueless today.
Yeah. This is it for KKR, I think. Firstly, just looking at this team, which doesn't even know their best 11, and by the time they find out their best 11, the season will be over. So firstly, I don't see them winning 5 games. Even in that rare 2% chance out of 100, they win the 5 games. Even then, as we are calculating, 16 may not be enough this season to qualify. And by the way, I'm not going to, we've called it on KKR that's the end of their tournament. I mean, in terms of playoff. I would even go so far as to say that if I was a Delhi fan, I would be worried too. Now, just looking at this Delhi team, they may have won today, but there's nothing to take home about. If I'm a Delhi fan, I'm worried.
Because also the stroke players are not firing at all. You look at the pitch had no demons in it. The way Rahman Pal showed and the way Nitish Rana also batted, both of them were very comfortable, could hit sixes, playing with the line and nothing, no demons in the pitch. Okay. What were the others doing? Rishabh Pant, the way he got out, and we have been asking a lot of questions of everybody. Even Pant for that matter today, the way he got out, I thought
Yash is asking that only.
Yep.
So just answer that. He's asking why is the media so soft with Pant, Ravinder and Sky's form.
Sky, I don't think so.
Sky,
should be
I
in
don't
that
think
category.
comes there.
Yeah.
Jadeja's form we've spoken about, but I'll
Yeah.
tell you what may work in Jadeja's favor. As I said, he is actually a three-dimensional player.
Fielding
so he can
also
contribute
brings
in
a
a lot. And maybe in Jadeja's case, you can look at that it's not an extended dry run. It's only this IPL, because if you remember before that for India, he was doing very well even after he came back from an injury,
Yes.
even with the bat. So I think Ravindra Jadeja, you cannot club him in that section. And maybe also the other thing with Jadeja is maybe the captaincy is taking a toll on him. Once all of that is off, the pressure is off, then I don't think he can be clubbed at. But his point is right on Rishabh Pant. Let's have the two of you answer. What do you make of
I
Rishabh?
was thinking that maybe, okay, 7 games you have not played that well. Maybe there'll be a revival. Rishabh Pant always performs well in the IPL.
Yeah.
But this season, I've realized, and the way he got out, just pushing at it, just poking at it. I thought is clearly the way he got out, he's not in good form at all. And I think so it's playing in his mind as well. The fact is that Delhi got over the line despite him not performing in the 4 games, because he really hasn't done anything.
He hasn't done anything.
What his highest score is 44 that came in the last game.
He's got 240s, I think.
240s, 142, I guess, 142 and 144.
And also the way he has been getting dismissed is once again a worrying sign for India. He's just throwing his wicket away, and
his numbers actually are not looking bad, just this season.
Yeah. No, his strike rate is fine.
His strike rate is 147. His average is 35.
No, his strike rate is 150, 149.6.
Yeah, that's what I'm
31.67.
So that's what I'm saying.
And
so 150 strike rate, a 32 average.
Yes,
Not bad. 32 average.
actually not bad.
And that strike rate. But I don't want to hide behind these numbers.
Yes.
He's still not the Rishabh Pant that
Yeah,
we
yeah,
expect. So
absolutely.
let's be fair.
And imagine,
and today his team needed him.
yes,
I thought he should have tried and finished this game, but he got out. And when he got out, you suddenly realize that KKR were in the ascendancy and Delhi were under so much pressure. 3 wickets already. Warner, you have lost. Lalit Yadav got out, and then of the very next ball you get out. It puts a lot of pressure on your side.
you
when your
just
best batsman
take
is out.
away Warner's contribution in the last 3 games.
I agree.
Delhi's batting is equally fragile, if not much more fragile than Kolkata Knight Riders.
The only positive for Delhi, Roman Powell.
Yeah.
The
Last
last
two
two
games.
games, he's looking really in form, and even to bat at that, he should bat a little higher now.
I also like the fact that
Lalit Yadav cannot be batting
Yeah,
ahead of him.
I also like the 22 of 29. I thought he got a good partnership with David
Yeah,
Warner.
but still,
But
yeah,
he
not an
probably should have
impact.
scored more runs, in which he was dropped by Finch also. Lalit Yadav. But I'm saying Roman Pal, for that matter, Roman Pal, we have seen, he used to bat much above this for West Indies.
Yep.
Now he's been given a different role. And the way he handled Sunil Narine, because that was the most important over.
Yeah.
He of course lapped one, but apart from that, he played 2 dots also.
Yes.
So the way he batted against Narine, I thought that was you realizing that, see, I am the only one who's left now. If I also get out at this point, we're going to struggle. And then he took the attack on the other.
Are Delhi
batting very
Capitals
sensible.
grooming Lalit Yadav for some bigger role in this tournament?
What bigger role?
Because see, he was asked to bowl the death overs, one of them. Then they're promoting him up the order.
So grooming him for what?
This is it.
They're
This
going
is
to make
it.
him the next captain. What are they grooming him?
Grafter, aggressor, maybe he will shore up the middle order, which
No,
is
but-
non-existent anyway for Delhi Capitals.
But that doesn't. I want to groom Riyan Parag to be captain of Rajasthan Royals. Can I just do it immediately? No, na.
3
There has to be
years he's
something
been,
there. There has to be something there for him. I want to make Vijay Shankar the finisher for Gujarat.
Give him a
Titans.
longer
3D
rope.
Shankar.
Give him a longer rope.
I may want anything, but
Yeah.
there has to be potential. Again, Lalit Yadav, I think, is punching above his weight. Let's be fair to him. He's doing decently well. But he cannot be batting ahead of a Roman Powell.
Because
no
batting
chance.
him at number 4.
I'm saying Rishabh Pant also.
Yeah, Rishabh Pant also. Exactly.
He came 2 down, okay. I thought maybe if Rishabh is batting the way he is batting, why not give yourself more time at the crease?
Exactly.
Take more responsibility.
He should.
And I get it that they might be looking at left, right, or whatever combination, but at times you don't need it. At times you need to send your best batsman out there for them to spend more time. Also this was the kind of game he could have taken more time at the crease.
Yeah.
They were not chasing a huge total. I don't know why they couldn't do it, but yes, in all fairness, Lalit Yadav did hold one end up when Warner was batting so well at the other.
So as things stand on the points table, just looking at these teams, so the top 4 we already know which are in the top 4. Outside the top 4, the remaining 6 teams that you have, we are already concluding that Mumbai, Chennai and Kolkata are almost out. Delhi is looking very tough. So only between Punjab and RCB I think are the 2 teams that will challenge. They may still not make the top 4. But I'm thinking just now, just looking at the way teams are, even though people might say the way RCB has performed the last few games, they may also not have any chance.
Also
but I still think but I still think they have that quality. I don't know, maybe they could challenge, but clearly it shouldn't be that in a couple of games, even if they lose, then maybe in a couple of games we already know who the top 4 are going to be.
That is true.
And maybe it may not go down to the wire, and it may just be the way it is that top 4 which are at the moment, they remain top 4, and everyone else, like, because let's say a loss or 2 next few games for the RCBs or Delhi Capital or Punjab Kings, that's it. Then you're going to combine.
Punjab Kings play tomorrow against Lucknow
Super Giants.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The funny thing is, every team you look at, you know who has got the best net run rate? Delhi Capitals at number 6.
Yeah, but that's the only silver lining for them.
So,
but I'm saying, looking at their team,
they need victories.
And they would also need to win at least 5 out of the remaining.
No,
6 games.
by the way, they'll go above Bangalore the moment they win their next game.
Yeah.
Because Bangalore have
just refresh this, please,
10
Anurag. This is not refreshed.
10 points. Bangalore have 10 points but a negative run rate.
Yeah.
And they've played 9 games. Delhi Capitals still have a game in hand. So if they win that game in hand, they'll go above Bangalore.
Kolkata and Bangalore are the only teams who have played 9.
And
No,
similarly
they're still
Punjab.
in with a chance technically, but I'm saying just today how they messed up that chase. If I was a Delhi fan, I'd be worried. Kolkata, we already ruled him out. There was a question here of Sarat Chandra saying, is Mumbai India a better team than KKR? I understand that this is pun intended, but I tell you what, honestly, even at this moment, I would probably say that Mumbai Indians are a better team than KKR at this moment.
Yep.
All that KKR got advantage was of that initial start where they looked very, very good. Everything just fell into place for them and they looked very, very good. But if today you ask me between the 2 teams, just looking at this KKR who doesn't have an idea of the 11 are, and even the 11 that are playing look clueless. If you were to make them play Mumbai Indians, I may just pick Mumbai Indians to win that game. That's how bad KKR are playing.
I am not sure whether they are that bad right now because Mumbai are yet to put up any sort of fight.
When is there a game coming up? Are they playing KKR?
MI are playing KKR again. Yes.
I know they played Delhi last game of this season.
It's MIDC and
last game of the season for both sides is MI.
If KKR keep making these 3 changes every game and not have an idea, I'd love to see. I hope that game is soon and not much later by the time they figure out.
I think it's by the mid of May. I guess.
Go up and select that team. Go up.
I'm saying as of today, if the 2 played, I wouldn't mind punting on Mumbai Indians. I just wouldn't mind punting on Mumbai Indians.
Now go down.
So KKR will take on Rajasthan Royals on May 2nd.
May 9 Mumbai.
May 9 Mumbai.
That's still
quite some.
Yeah, because they have 2 more games, they can sort their things out. I was saying if the next game they were playing Mumbai Indians, on current form I would have picked Mumbai Indians. Because I think they would have been at least slightly more sorted. Yes, the wins are not good, slightly more clear in their head than KKR. KKR seem to me the most confused team at the moment. And so I wouldn't pick them.
My problem is the number of changes you are making. I get it. Varun Chakravarti could have dropped, but why drop Shivam Mavi? Suddenly out of the blue, yes, Harshit Rana took a wicket.
Start from the beginning.
Whatever.
Why drop Saudi to begin with?
Yeah.
Who was doing well?
Because Cummins was going to come. Because reputation often misleads a team or an entity. I mean, Cummins, pure numbers, just the pure numbers in T20Is and ODIs, he's not been up to the mark. He's a brilliant test bowler, brilliant test captain, but he's not a brilliant ODI or a T20I.
I have always said that he goes for runs in T20 cricket.
Yes.
I have always thought that Cummins is not your ideal T20 bowler.
Interesting to see KS Bharat have a word with Kuldeep Yadav. I wonder what he's telling him that, sorry, while I was the bowling coach, you had this slump where you were a number 1 overseas
I destroyed your confidence. I'm sorry for that.
And then you just disappeared from the team.
Or how have you turned it around?
Yeah.
Could be.
Or he's saying, I've come to KKR a bit late. I wish, I was there when you were there, I would have ensured that you played a little bit more games.
Abhishek Nair is the mental and conditioning coach, right?
He is
KKR
part of the
part of
support staff,
KKR squad.
but I don't know what
Squad,
coach
I'm
he is.
saying.
Neeraj Singhvi has a
Support staff.
very interesting question. He's saying, given that retentions are not playing up to the mark, are the franchises obligated to play them for 3 seasons, or franchises could drop in the retentions after current season as well? I think it's a 3-year contract that you have with the team, but in each contract, I think there could be an exit clause. There should be for both sides. You sign someone for 3 years on mutual understanding. Maybe you could. The other option is, if you're not playing them, you don't play them in the 11. No? Right now, you're not even doing that. Nobody can stop you from doing that. By the way, franchises can cut players. If you remember, they used to pick a squad of 23 at one point, and during middle of the season would decide, no, we only want to keep, let's say, 18 or whatever, and then they would,
Like
pay.
Harshal Patel was told that he should go back.
Correct. Paid them that money and then they went out. Maybe they can. The only other thing is that you may not want to do that, considering there may not be any mega auction now the next 3 years. So how would you fill those gaps? It's not that there will be any other players available, because there could be smaller auctions. That also may not show. We'll have to wait and watch, because see, what is happening is that 10 teams have come from next season. A lot of things are changing. For example, this thing of
More
each
matches.
playing each other only twice in their group and only once, which is just exactly corresponding to your seeding, all that is going to go out of the window. It will again be one table, and each team plays each other twice, which means a 3-month IPL.
Yes.
So what do you do based on that? What happens to those limited players that were not part of the auction? Do you have a draft, or do you then have a small auction, or do you then just approach players directly and have them join in? Those are the
Questions, key
modalities that will be worked out, and we'll keep you informed as we go along. Sai Srivastava is saying top 7 team titles are 1, bottom 3 team titles are 11. Yeah.
Yes.
Top
5, 4,
7
2.
put together are 1. SRH is the only one.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
RR 1.
Oh, then there are 2.
2. There are 2
So
actually.
you calculated it
SRH and
wrong.
RR
Yes.
2.
Yeah. DC Deccan Chargers, they are non-existent. They had
But
one.
no, SRH still 1.
SRH,
So,
yep.
so there are 2. But if you just take Hyderabad as a,
Then
as a
3.
team, then 3 titles.
Then
Yes.
3 titles.
Then 3
Then
titles.
3 titles on top, and then you've got
I
remaining.
think
at
this is the first time ever. I think this is the first edition that 3 players retained are sitting on the bench. Abdul Samad, retained by SRH, but he's on the bench.
Yeah.
Varun Chakravarti, for the first time, I think he was benched, but he was retained. Then there's one more player who's not yet, who's been retained but has not played yet. I think there are 3. I think it's the first time 2 or more players who have been retained have been benched
I'm
by
trying to think
franchisees.
who it is.
Moez Memon is saying, should KKR change their coaching support staff for next year? Because I don't think Baz and Shreyas ideology match. Moez, very good point. Actually, we had raised it in the middle of the innings as well, when we were having a discussion, that who is responsible for this confusion. And one thing that we've seen with KKR, barring that half a season where they did really well and reached the final, was that confusion. Even while Owen Magun was there as captain, even when Dinesh Karthik was there as captain, that they just couldn't figure out the 11. Too much chopping and changing. So because the captains have kept changing and that trade is still there, then I'm guessing, assuming, and that would be a fair assessment, that it is because of the support staff. And should they change the support staff? I mean, I know people will keep pointing out they reached the final last
year.
season.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, I know, but I would see again. This is the same franchise that did not think twice, dropping the son of Bengal, Saurav Ganguly. Because, which is fair, they worked it like a corporate team. I remember listening to the CEO as well as Shah Rukh Khan, and they spoke about it in that documentary that was made. I won't forget it. And they were very, candid about it. They said that, listen, he wasn't fitting in the plan. So we had a heart-to-heart with him. We're saying that going forward, we want to build this team. And that's the difference between when you run a national team and a corporate team. That's the corporate culture. It's a Sarkari versus private structure.
Yes.
In Sarkari, you are there, you work, you
Always
don't work,
there.
you can't do anything. In a corporate, in a very private structure, it is, there are certain targets, you got to achieve them, you like it, you don't like it. If you don't like it, you quit, or you'll be asked to leave. It's as simple as that.
Yep.
And I think most IPL teams are running like real corporate structures, which has its good points. It may have its negative points, both ways if you look at it. But I agree with Moez's, question. Quite possibly, if this is going to be a disastrous season, which we've already said it is going to be, then I don't think Kolkata are going to think twice before.
Because if you have to
dropping
look
few
at
of
it,
their players.
Kolkata Knight Riders, if you look at it as a corporate company, it has had the most.
Moeen
utter-
Ali is that third guy that.
but
that
he's
is being
injured.
But
no?
he's injured right now, so I'm not
but
sure
he's
whether-
benched. So.
Two. Abdul
No,
Samad
actually,
and
can I honest? He was dropped before the injury news.
No,
So
I think
he dropped one
no,
game.
no, I think so. It came out later. He got injured and then he was
Yeah.
left out.
No, but you got the news after he had
That's
missed
what
one
I'm saying.
game.
No, no. After he missed one game, but it said that he got injured on the previous game day.
Yeah.
If I'm
Anyway,
not
he's
wrong.
benched for whatever.
Yeah, Moeen Ali is benched. So I was
Jaiswal.
Yashasvi
Jaiswal.
Jaiswal. Yes.
So
Yeah,
it could be
somebody
four
pointed
that
out.
way.
So three guys retained. I mean, that's a first for me in the history of IPL.
And
that we had
Nokia.
played. Nortje, yes, but
But he's also injured.
No.
I'm not sure how did he play that one
You are
game
sure
without-
about Moeen Ali's injury, not sure about Nokia's
I think he was rushed in. That's the best.
That's
thing.
what I also said now.
Yeah. So what I was saying is Kolkata Knight Riders are this. If you have to look at it from a corporate culture,
Yeah.
they have some very weird strategies. You have to look at it. Multiple captaincy theory in 2009, which destroyed their entire team
Yes,
culture for that
yes.
matter. Then you needed a hard, focused taskmaster like Gautam Gambhir to whip KKR into shape. There
Yeah.
was no confusion. Everybody knew their roles, and at that time,
But you know what the difference was? Again, good point. That at that time it was the captain who took the call.
yes,
Gautam Gambhir.
Gautam Gambhir.
But since you've had the Baz McCullum group,
Yeah.
it's been the management that is.
And who
taking
was
all the-
in KKR during the 2012 to 14 period of dominance in the coaching staff? I'm saying, I think probably it was Trevor Bayliss, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Could be.
Trevor
yeah.
Bayliss.
And then after that he went.
Yes,
Yeah.
after that he went to
West
SRH.
Ham.
But then,
He went to England, I was saying.
yeah, but then he was also in SRH in 2020, and the results were totally different. So,
They got Tom Moody back.
yeah.
Tom Moody, I was like, he was out, then suddenly he came
So
back.
when he was out that 1 year, he worked with us at
So-
ESPN for that season, and then
He's back, second homecoming, Ghar Wapsi. So I'm saying Kolkata Knight Riders needed a hard, focused taskmaster like Gautam Gambhir who took the decisions. Here, I think Brendan McCullum is having more of the say. Why? Because who, apart from Kolkata Knight Riders, he also had Trinbago Knight Riders.
I know.
Yes.
So Trinbago Knight Riders, the culture was what I said, they agreed. Maybe here it's not the same way. What I say, Iyer probably has a conflict of this thing. No, I want to play my team in this way. McCullum says no, it doesn't suit the conditions. And as I said in the pre-match, McCullum is caught between horses for courses and aggression. You don't know what to go, where to go about
Yeah,
it now.
they started with that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're so confused, not just with regard to 11. They're confused with their philosophy. They started with, we will play England-style cricket, and which Owen
Yeah.
Morgan was also, someone who was advocating attack. And suddenly they've realized, no boss, that's not working. Now let's play, sensible cricket. But that's not working because you don't have the 11 to
Yes.
play that cricket. So they are caught between.
So second
Rock
consecutive
in a hard place,
KKR
as they say.
Kuldeep Yadav is the man of the match against
But
KKR.
Kuldeep had to be the man of the match.
Yes.
And by the way, now what, 4 man of the match awards?
So Karthik M is pointing out, remember we were talking about that discussion, what is it that Kuldeep must be talking to Bharat Arun? He's saying Kuldeep must be telling, Bharat Arun must be telling Kuldeep, does DC need a new bowling coach? I'm there next season if you want, because they'll be firing the support staff, so
Yes.
he may be talking.
They have got Ajit Agarkar, James Hopes,
Yeah.
Shane Watson.
Shane Watson, who 3 of them, like Praveen Amle is a batsman.
Yeah.
That way. So 3 who could bowl, and Agarkar and James Hopes were predominantly bowlers.
Yes, absolutely.
Our good friend Sameep Rajguru is in the chat. He's just written M. Guruji, please write the full comment. I can't see it. You just said M.
Is he really Sameep Rajguru or it is somebody?
But if Ben Stokes can join us, Jamie Vardy can join us, so can
Jamie
he.
Vardy.
So can he. By the way, there's someone who pointed out, I missed his name, someone who pointed out saying that Roman Powell talks like that bad Caribbean accent of Sunny Gangster. I disagree on 2 counts. Firstly, if an actual person from Caribbean is talking just like that, that means it's not a bad accent, then it's a good accent.
Yeah.
Because if you can hear an actual person talking, that's a good. And by the way, personally, I love that accent. And just to let you know, it's not a Caribbean accent that he does. He does a Trini accent. It is an
Trinidadian.
accent which is very specific to Trinidad.
But
Each
Roman Powell
island,
is Jamaican.
I know,
Yeah.
but I'm saying each island has a different accent.
Yes.
And Jamaican is very different than the Trini accent.
Yeah, Guyana will have a different accent, like how
Guyana will have-
Chandrapal
Yes,
used to talk.
Yes.
Sarwan.
So everyone
Yeah,
has a different.
Ronnie Sarwan.
Wow, that was some team, huh?
I know, Ram Naresh Sarwan, Chandrapal. I think Collymore was also from Guyana, I guess.
That
Or no, he was
Corey Collymore.
Kushal Khurana had pointed that.
Yeah.
Kushal, we've answered that.
Yep.
Rajneesh Jha said Morgan should have been brought back in these batting paradise. He would have batted well enough like he does in England, plus a brilliant tactician. I'm not sure. What do you guys think?
Well, but
After the kind of season he had, in terms of the bat, I get it. Either you were playing him just as a captain in your side. Okay.
But then Ben Stokes himself never put himself up for auction because of other issues that he's got. So, and now 2023 we'll see. Can Ben Stokes really make it to the IPL?
I'm not even sure whether he'll play the IPL.
Exactly.
Because they'll have to think about whatever series he's going to play.
England's test
and summer always starts
May.
early.
May.
Always starts
so,
early.
ECB, I don't know whether they'll make any concession for Stokes. I doubt it.
Amrik Singh says, I have a gut feeling that Mumbai will drop Tim David and buy Ben Stokes in the mini auction, if there is a mini auction.
But for that, they should give Tim David the chance to prove himself.
Yeah.
2 games he did not
by
play,
the way,
suddenly drop him.
Mumbai may not need to drop Tim David and yet get Ben Stokes as well. I think you could.
I think their foreign
but
quota
Ben
is not
Stokes,
there.
by the way, Rob Key, who's the new managing director of men's cricket in England, he said that we'll have to take a look at his workload, and that if that means that he's not going to play enough, even ODIs and T20 international, so be it. He said that. He said so. If he's saying
but
that for his international side also, I also think so, because at the end of the day, both players like Stokes, Butler, Jofra Archer have talked about how much IPL has helped them grow. Okay, and the 2019 World Cup success, a lot of them said that part of it belongs to the IPL because we knew how to play under pressure and the crowd being there and everything they talked about. So let's see whether Stokes really makes it.
Dipesh pointed out that Dipinder Singh pointed out that Gavaskar Calypso song was awesome. Yeah, that was sung by Lord Rialto. I don't know if you guys know.
I have no idea what.
So you must go check it out. If you haven't checked it out, the lyrics are something. I remember. Just like the wall, they couldn't get Gavaskar out at all. It's about that 71 series where Gavaskar just batted and got 700 plus runs. So Lord Rialto, I remember he sang that Calypso song, and I remember one line was just like a wall, they couldn't get Gavaskar out at all, and it's a full song. In fact, when I went to the West Indies, I got one of the Calypso singers to sing it for
you type it again. The third one was that exactly.
Yeah, but were they the ones who also framed that iconic Ramaddin song, Alf Valentine twins?
No,
twins
that's
song?
that's
different.
separate. Yeah. Okay. So this is Lord Rialto's song, but there are a lot of Calypso singers who still sing that. I don't think Lord Rialto is alive anymore. The guy who had actually composed it.
Lord Rialto or Lord Relator?
Rialto or
Relator.
Relator, yeah.
Are just type Sunil Gavaskar's song. The third one on the list was there.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Just type it on Google.
That's okay. We'll move ahead. Ronak Goel wanted to know if players have the option of saying that they don't want to join some particular team before auctions. Do they have a choice? No, Ronak. No. They don't.
Or you be like Ravindra Jadeja and get banned for 1 year.
They do not have that choice because you actually, do you know the first contract each player signs is with the IPL. That is the BCCI and the IPL government. So you sign a contract saying you are available for such and such period and you are available to be part of the auction. You will go into the auction and you will go to the highest bidder. So there are a lot of clauses there that they have to sign. They give their consent. After that, they are then brought into auction and then the whole auction procedure happens. I'll give you a story because when the first IPL was happening and Lalit Modi was putting it together, there were a lot of doubts around it, so he sent some of his people. The Indian team was in Australia at the time, and they sent there because players were not ready to sign. They didn't know what an auction is going to be like. So what he did is he went and said they had to meet like the big players, the Sachins of the world, the Gangulis, who were going to be all the marquee players that were there, and then explain to them in person that this is what it is, this is how it will go, and so then those signs were got so that they could announce it at least. So then the signature was sought, then they got the sign from these marquee guys, and it's post that they had this function in Delhi at a 5-star hotel here to just announce that IPL is coming about and there will be marquee players in attendance. McGrath and all of them were there, if you remember, some big guys, and they announced it. So first contract is actually signed with the BCCI, then you have no choice. You can't say, I don't want to go. But I'm sure, like all contracts, there will be exit clauses in each
Yeah.
contract that you could exit it. And for players, there could be other ways also. They say if you joined a franchise, you're not too keen on playing, you can always say that I'm injured, I can't continue, whatever. In which case, they will not pay you anything, and then you can leave. But if you get injured and they assess your injury while you're playing a match, and then it's a serious injury, then you get paid half also.
Half of
Ah.
it.
So because you've been
Mitchell
part of-
Stark 2018
Yes.
Kolkata Knight Riders.
Yes. So lots of other ways.
By the lyrics of the song, that Gavaskar song,
Yeah.
it was Gavaskar, the real master, just
Yes.
like a wall. You know, the West Indies could not get
Get
out.
Gavaskar
Could
out
not
at
out
all.
Gavaskar at
At
all.
all.
That's what I said. It was something just like a war.
Yeah.
Couldn't get Gavaskar
Relator,
out at all.
Lord Relator.
Lord Relator.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
my memory is not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Still remember
Also,
it.
you're old.
I'm not old. I am
You
young.
don't look old. I have to
And
say
I'm
that.
young.
Young Nikhil.
Okay. Can Shreyas Iyer become the next taskmaster like Gautam Gambhir for KKR? Does Shreyas carry that aura who can make him more dominant over the support staff? I give an example, Rohan. I believe that in the Delhi camp, and I can only say from having heard a lot of people, that Rishabh Pant is a hard taskmaster. He has become, he's not a very senior player, but he's become like that. Nothing stops you. And Shreyas, if he's captain, he can have a word with, you know, and it's like most places, you become captain, you say, okay, you're making me captain, then give me a free hand, this is what I want. But if you're okay being just the captain and let everyone else run the team, then you'd be in that position. I'm always saying it's never my way or the highway. Again, when I give you Rishabh Pant's example, it's not going to be like he tells, hey Ricky, I would not like that. I'm sure sometimes he takes his feedback, but at the end of the day, the coach also understands, the captain, that end of the day, the captain's neck is on the line. When we sit here and analyze, mostly it's rarely we look into coaches, we say, this captain is a poor captain, or this one is a good. When your neck is at the line, let the captain decide. And it's happened in international cricket for the longest time. That's the difference between football and cricket. In football, it's the manager's neck is on the line. You don't make the Champions League, out.
Yep.
Nobody is questioning Anthony
Manchester
Marshall.
United should know. Yeah.
Nobody is
It has
sacking-
happened.
It's happened a lot.
happened.
In
So-
the post Ferguson era, it's happened a lot
Yeah.
for Manchester United.
Yash,
Moyes, Van Gaal, Mourinho, Solskjaer, Rangnick.
Yes.
don't, he'll go
Yeah,
on for
he'll go
5
on.
minutes, okay? Yash Milanka, is Sports Today going to cover the World T20 in Australia? Why not? It would be a great experience for us. Of course, we will cover it. I cannot guarantee from Australia, but mostly we've covered World Cups from the location, like big World Cups. So hopefully, if the world is not, caught in the COVID situation, it's not really bad, everything is fine, then hopefully we will. Why not?
Not again.
Not
Yeah,
again. I
we
know.
will.
Seriously, not again.
And then our shows will be live from Australia.
Best place to go to.
Oh yeah, it's nice. No, not the best place. I mean, with New Zealand around.
I know, but Australia, New Zealand, you can't.
No,
have-
don't club them. New Zealand is New Zealand.
They are the Trans-Tasman
And
rivals.
I know.
Australia is Australia. As I've loved covering in Australia. Nothing compares
That's what,
to New
as I
Zealand.
told you, 2 bucket lists before I die. One is an ICC event in Australia, and one All Blacks rugby match in New Zealand. That's there on my list.
3 of my favorite places covering cricket abroad, and I've covered all test playing
Yeah.
nations. New Zealand,
Wow.
the Caribbean, West
Ah.
Indies, and Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka, yes. I've had the privilege of going there, and it is a lovely place.
All these 3 places are beautiful places, lovely people,
Yep.
best people, love their cricket. I'll tell you, in Australia, final of 2015,
Oh,
Australia are playing the final against New Zealand at the MCG,
Yeah.
and I leave a little early from my hotel. I take a cab to reach the ground to cover the final. India's not playing, but I'm there to cover.
Yeah.
It's the final of the World Cup. It's the cab driver, and he's not even a immigrant like some of these
Indians,
European talking
okay.
or Indian or whatever.
Yes.
He's a proper Australian, right?
Yeah.
Driving me to the thing. We encountered a lot of traffic. He asked me, "Oh, what is the traffic? What is?" So I said, "The match." He had no idea.
Yeah.
No idea that Australia were playing the final of a cricket World Cup. Trust me. So there's a very limited population that
Yes.
follows cricket in Australia. So not so much.
For
fun.
them, the AFL, the footy
Yeah,
season
it's
is
bigger.
huge.
So now, can I tell you, even soccer's really caught
Soccer,
up
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It's really caught up.
The Socceroos.
Yeah, it's like Indians even semi-final 2015 World Cup at the Sydney Cricket Ground, India versus Australia. I have pictures. It's still on my Twitter handle. You'll see it. I was doing like lives from outside the
Yeah.
match. It was, imagine the host country is playing there. So you expect, okay, at best, because Indians are crazy, 50-50 crowd.
I think it was 70-30.
90-10.
90-10.
90-10. Barely 10% Aussies I could see. The game is in Australia, in Sydney. 90% Indian fans.
No, and
You would struggle to see a yellow jersey.
Yeah.
All you saw was blue.
And then in India,
No,
we are
because
crazy.
I think the problem was also, I guess it was nearing the end of the cricket season. That's where the
How does it
AFL.
matter? Your team is playing a
No, but a World
semi-final
Cup.
of a World Cup.
It's
man.
a World
The
Cup,
final
boss.
of a World Cup.
Yeah.
And
Come
you are
on.
the favorites.
Well, but that's how it is. See, cricket, just like New Zealand, if you look at it, it's second or third in the popularity list. For New Zealand, it's rugby. It's they're
Yeah.
dominant.
All Blacks are
The All Blacks. And in Australia, it is the
Like in
AFL.
South Africa also, the Springboks.
Ah, Springboks.
The Springboks are the
the
bigger,
greatest rivalry in sport. That's what the All Blacks versus Springboks.
Okay, Harry Fantastico's comment. KKR made a blunder by not playing Varun Chakravarti on this track. Else result could have been different. Do you agree?
I think Varun Chakravarti is so short on confidence. I don't
Yeah.
think he could have done.
I think he need a break.
Yeah.
Irrespective of anything, irrespective of whatever wicket, even if you take the boundaries to 100 meters.
Yes.
I'm saying Varun Chakravarti just need a break because you saw, I think so, before this when he was with Kings 11 Punjab, he struggled that season also.
Yes.
His economy rate was more than 11 if
11.
I'm not wrong. Okay. And then he took a break, went to KKR and suddenly life
KKR
changed.
also, by the way, UAE leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only the
Yeah.
UAE legs.
Life changed. I'm saying
Yeah.
both times the 2020 and 2021 were UAE. Like.
Yep.
And today, the only one that gave KKR any chance in this match or anyone who helped them
Umesh
was
Yadav.
Delhi only.
Yeah.
They
I think
played
so,
disastrous cricket.
Some credit goes to Umesh
Umesh
Yadav.
Yadav.
also.
Yeah, he was good.
Umesh
He
Yadav was
No,
good.
he has been good.
Also, he's pumped up that
yeah.
first ball, also that
What a catch.
leading edge of Prithvi Shaw
Yeah.
and the way he took it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, I
so
was
again, if you have
very
to look
good
at
to
it, without Varun Chakravarti, where is the fifth bowler for them?
No, that's what I kept asking you.
Where is
Remember?
the fifth bowler?
I'm like, who is gonna bowl for them? Because I saw that Umesh Yadav is bowling his fourth over. There's Harshit Rana with 2. Narayan has already bowled 3. Then there's Nitish Rana with 1 over. I said, where's that fifth bowler? And Russell, you are hoping to.
Russell was
then
bowling.
Venkatesh Iyer 1 over that he bowled. He got
But they had a
smashed.
lot of options because
but-
Shreyas also bowled and I'm
Shreyas,
just saying.
four
He
dots
bowled
to
well,
Lord
yeah.
Shardul Thakur.
He bowled well.
Yes.
4 dots to
Shardul.
Lord Shardul Thakur. That was incredible.
Siddharth, yes, I have written a book. Please buy it. It's available on Amazon. It's about the 1983 World Cup.
That reminds
Just
me, you have
Google
to
it.
sign mine.
I will. It's called Miracle Men, so you can read that. Okay. Nothing has a very interesting question. He's saying, why are there so many duckouts this season unlike other IPL seasons? I don't know if you can compare it. He's right. There are lots of ducks this time.
Well, I'll have to do a comparison as to how many ducks happened in.
Nothing. We will answer it once we're sure that it's happened
Yes.
most number of times. Let's
Yes.
do that comparison.
But lots of ducks actually.
Yeah.
Today
No, he's
only
right, he's
four
right.
ducks in that first innings itself. Then
There
Prithvi
was
Shaw
a-
fifth duck.
Can do a video like which season has witnessed the most ducks.
Yeah, we can. This is a very interesting question because you guys have been talking about it. Maybe Siddhant can answer it. Raj Das Gupta. Why no Benny Howell? Please.
Who knows? And now I don't think they're going to make those changes.
Now because Punjab Kings now have a very settled lineup.
Because Rajapaksa has come in. See, the point is now you're going to play Rajapaksa, Bairstow and Livingston
Yeah.
all three together.
And
then
Rabada.
Rabada you can't leave out, boss. He's one of the best bowlers in the world. If not the IPL. And twice he has been the Purple Cap winner if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
So Rabada definitely has to play every game. Last game he took 2 wickets for 23 runs.
Yeah.
So
And-
Rabada can't go out.
and he-
Rajapaksa scored 42
And he
runs.
intimidated Tala Dhoni. One big short ball. Dhoni, let's go. Shoulders, arms. That's it. Drops his wrist and lets it go.
Karthik M has a brilliant comment. He's like, Varun Singh is missing DK actually.
Tamil. No Tamil
Yeah.
connection there.
I know. Architect guy is missing.
DK must be telling, ha.
No, but
DK
today,
is also an
but today Indrajit.
Baba.
That's why I said
Baba,
today
yeah.
Indrajit, but no Chakravarti.
No Chakravarti.
Today Indrajit was there.
I swear.
But DK is not an architect.
No, Varun.
Varun is. So
Yeah.
I thought you were saying both architects.
Architect is missing DK. That's
Ah, maybe. Kulcha for the World Cup, they are the favourites now.
I
Yes.
think so.
They are the favourites.
See, we know for a fact Ashwin not going.
No.
Okay.
No.
Varun Chakravarti not going. Rahul Chahar not going.
Yeah.
At current form.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll at least take 2 spinners, right?
Yep.
Yes.
And
Other than Jadeja.
Other than
Other than
Jadeja. That's
Jadeja.
what I'm saying. Other than Jadeja, you'll take 2 spinners.
Look, if you take
So-
Yajuvendra Chahal and Kuldeep
no,
Yadav.
Chahal is there for sure.
Yeah. No, even Kuldeep Yadav I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got 2
Kulcha.
benefits. Kulcha will give you 2 benefits apart from all other dietary benefits as well.
I was gonna say he's gonna talk about something. Or
Yeah, I was asking
I was like,
that.
what are you gonna say?
They have an excellent record in Australia when it comes to white ball
Yes.
cricket.
Yes.
And second, can you imagine these two bowling in the death overs can be an X factor? They are excellent bowlers in the death. In this IPL,
No, death meaning before the
16 to
60s,
20.
16 to 20, they will never
they
get a
can.
chance.
I mean, the
Never
ODI
get a
setup from 43 to 49 they
Now
bowled.
that there's, though I agree with you that you should bowl spinners, I firmly believe that this is just a, sudden change you've seen where spinners
Yeah.
are not getting, but where have you seen a spinner bowl?
Chahal in 3 matches has bowled in the 16 to 20th period. 2
Well,
overs
that's
at
what
least
I mean,
he's
maybe
bowled.
16th at best.
He
17th,
bowled the
18th,
17th
19th,
over.
20,
18,
I cannot
19,
remember
20 he doesn't
spinners
bowl
bowling.
though.
It's
16,
very
18.
tough.
16 and 18.
No, 18 also, I can't remember. Maybe,
He bowled the 17th over.
may have. That was a very rare.
The 5-wicket haul was, I
Yeah.
guess, the 17th.
17th
over.
Again, as I'm saying, very rare. I would love for them to bowl, by the way, but I
Yeah.
don't know whether
No,
captains
I
are
think,
just
I
against
think
it.
both of them could be your X
But
factor.
can I
as
tell you
guys
why
know.
they'll also go to the World Cup? The another reason. One, of course, they're doing well. The other being that they're good in Australia. I think the third and the most important reason is we forget it's the captain's say. And whatever I've seen of Rohit Sharma before the IPL started, he said 2 things. Yuzi Chahal, you saw that he was becoming his go-to bowler and he was doing very well.
And Kuldeep, he got back.
Kuldeep, he got back slowly. He said that I want him to get into form. I want him to get into rhythm. And that's exactly what he was doing with him. Playing him that match, which was a less pressure match because you had won the series, so the third match of the series.
Yes.
Now he's gotten into form. This whole IPL, I think.
The
now
thing is, spinners
Rohit
might go
would be
for
very
runs,
keen.
but they are wicket takers.
Wicket takers.
And both of these guys are wicket takers.
Yeah.
Especially Yajuvendra Chahal in white ball
Also
cricket.
for me, I always thought Kuldeep Yadav is a great choice as well, simply because how many Chinaman bowlers do you see in the world? Boss? Hardly any, right? Brad Hogg was one, and
I think
how
he's
many
the only
matches-
one in the current
Yes,
setup
so current
now.
setup right now, only one.
Yep.
There's one Sri Lankan also, I don't know somebody. but
This
he's
guy,
that
Lakshan Sandakan.
Sandakan.
Abhi Adhikari is saying, why don't you guys review the book, not just A Night Watchman by Vinod Rai? Just to let you know, I'm reading that book actually right now. But we've already got an interview with him on Sports Today.
Yes.
With a lot of questions on the book, so you can check that out. Anil Kumble and KL Rahul tomorrow,
Yes.
but is that a... They didn't have any animosity, nothing.
No, former, Kumble
No,
head coach KL
Bangalore
Rahul
boys.
was captain of Punjab.
I-
Yes, and the
By-
Bangalore boys. But
Yeah.
they didn't have any...
Bangalore boys, even the captain also, I said former opening partners
Yeah, yeah.
going head
No,
to
I
head
understand
now.
that connection, but usually these
But
contests are when
Kumble
there is
had
some
expressed
sort
his
of a-
disappointment that Rahul could not stick along much longer for
No, but that
Punjab.
was always on the cards. Even before the IPL
Yeah.
teams were announced, we knew that if there's a new franchisee coming in, and Rahul might be leaving.
Yeah,
we thought maybe
exactly.
he might leave for Bangalore also, for that matter, because they need a captain.
Yeah.
You remember? So
Yes.
we were discussing this, and I thought, he
Ah,
had
but
to
they
go,
got
man.
Faf du Plessis.
Punjab just weren't doing well.
Yeah.
Vaibhav Singh says, Nikhil sir, please explain reverse swing and why was it called cheating in the 90s? Actually, I could make an entire video. It'll be a 10-minute video explaining that. But just to quickly tell you, it is basically your seam position is of conventional swing, but because you set the ball up by shining one side and leaving the other
It's
rough,
heavier.
it will hold like that. So usually batsmen see the position of the sea and then they try and follow that. But what it does is it does exactly that, because how you're using the rough part with the air to come opposite in an opposite manner. So it does exactly the opposite of how the seam position is, which tends to confuse batsmen. So that, I mean, just to sum it up, if it was a ball, I could probably show you slightly better. And why was it called cheating in the 90s? Because there was tampering with the ball to rough one side up, and they used illegal means, sometime scratching with their nails, sometime you even use, in those days you have to drink break. I don't know, a lot of you would not remember,
Some
but
people
I remember.
use sandpaper also in recent
Yeah,
times.
that was, no, but I'm saying in those days, you know how they would do smartly. I don't think a lot of people remember. If you remember matches in Sharjah in the 80s, 90s, there used to be a drink cart that used to come, and in those days they used to actually open the bottle, the Coke bottle with those caps.
Caps.
The caps. So a lot of players would put it in their pants, that cap,
Yeah.
and use the cap to rough.
In
the
fact,
thing. So
one New Zealand
many other
bowler,
things.
Chris Pringle, did that in the test against Pakistan in Faisalabad, 1996. He
Yeah.
got 11 wickets. He said, I did it because I'm pretty sure even the Pakistani bowlers were doing it.
Yeah. So initially it was quite a secretive thing because Pakistanis kind of discovered it and started using it, and they wouldn't share that secret with anyone
Yeah.
else. But gradually people then, nothing. Then
Lots
remains a
of
secret.
things.
It became
Ian
a big...
Botham's Vaseline thing.
Yeah.
No, John Lever.
John Lever.
It became a big issue in the 1992 series, England-Pakistan.
Correct. So just, otherwise it can be a whole new discussion, half an hour. big
Every
video,
time you
but
type ball tampering, there's a photo of Shahid Afridi, okay?
Oh yeah,
He's
biting
biting
with
the
his
ball.
Perth 2010.
Okay, that's a good one. Can you open the squad for KKR, please, Anurag? And let's try. Karthik Jethwa has a very valid question. He's saying, what is the best batting order for KKR as per your panel? And why I want to take this question is because sometime when we are dissing a particular team and saying that why they're not playing a right combination and whatever, and not only their batting order, they're not even getting their 11 right.
Yes.
So I think it's a good way for us to do it. Let's try and make, if KKR is making a mistake, what do you think is the best batting order? Okay, I would, let's pick the 4 foreigners first. And so we have an idea of how to make the 11. So 4 foreigners, I'll still pick an Andre Russell,
Sunil
Narine,
Tim Saudi,
Tim Saudi.
Aaron Finch. Because
Aaron
if he
Finch,
gets going, he gets going.
No, I'm not too sure about Aaron Finch.
But he'll play next game.
I'm not too sure. Can you go with Sam Billings? It wasn't bad.
Then your
Okay,
opening
let's wait.
combination.
Okay, let's keep these. Okay,
Yeah.
let's start with the batting order. I'm going to open with Venkatesh Iyer. I think the problem has been you kept shifting him.
Yeah.
Look at what Ruturaj did. Gaikwad, they've persisted with him, and that's how you should do it. So Venkatesh Iyer opens alongside. I'm not sure if you're taking Aaron Finch or not. Okay, so Venkatesh Iyer is there. We'll think about the second opener. Number 3, Shreyas
Iyer.
done.
Nitish Rana at 4.
I agree.
Nitish Rana at 4. Okay, done.
Now number 5 is Rinku Singh right now for me. Not Sunil Narayan. Today they said
No,
Sunil
Andre
Narayan.
Russell, yeah.
No, I'm saying Russell is 6.
No, then he's too low down the order.
No, but they lose wickets quickly these days.
Okay.
It will
Let's
depend.
go with that.
My
Okay,
entire
let's
point
go
is
with that for
number
now.
5, 6 can be flipped. If you have
No,
got a
I'm
good
not going
start,
to. So
then Russell comes
no,
earlier.
so
then
just put Russell for
Rinku.
5 for now.
Yeah.
Put Russell for 5.
6 is Rinku Singh.
No, put 6.
Sunil Narine.
Sunil Narine. Is there another batsman? Let's say if you're wicket keeper, if you're not going with Sam Billings.
No, but Rinku Singh?
No, I'm saying you need a wicket keeper, na? So if you get Sheldon Jackson in as a wicket keeper, or you get Billings in. Can Billings open?
No. I don't think that's
He's
his
not
natural position.
open that much.
He's not open for Kent. You are suddenly playing him out
So
of his place.
I'm going with Sam Billings now for as your 4th, as your wicket keeper. Then you need a wicket keeper, right? Now make the batting order.
Now you need an opener first.
So
Who's
go-
opening with Venki?
I'll go with Jinx.
Jinx.
I'll go with Ajinkya Rahane, Venkatesh Iyer, your 2 guys. Then
Shreyas Iyer.
Shreyas 3,
Nitish Rana
Nitish at
4.
4, Billings at 5,
5. Russell 6.
Russell 6,
Narine
Narine 7.
Rinku 8.
No.
Rinku is not
I'm
playing
not
then.
taking, I'm
Not
not
playing
taking
then.
him.
Yeah.
7 is done. Then you go
Tim Saudi.
7. Then let's get Umesh. This
Yeah.
is not a batting order. You got Umesh 8.
8.
He can bat lower. I'm just saying I'm
Yeah.
filling that in 8, right?
Yep.
Then you will go with Varun Chakravarti. Shivam Mavi actually
Shivam
didn't
Mavi,
move, do badly. I think
Yes.
he's injured. That's why he's
Yeah.
not playing. So Shivam Mavi is your 9.
I think Mavi bats above Umesh.
Yeah, batting. I'm just saying you can arrange.
Mavi
I'm just
9,
putting in my
Chakravarti
bowlers.
10.
Chakravarti 10. And
Who else?
you can fit in another bowler.
This is...
Who's that bowler?
If he's fit,
Should we take, no, but you cannot take Desi Narine as well.
Narine,
na?
yeah, Aman Khan.
We've got. So, but you got enough bowling options. So, you can actually fit in another. So, who are your bowling options? Saudi, you've got
Yes.
Umesh,
Mavi,
Chakravarti,
Chakravarti,
and Russell.
Narine, Russell. That's
6.
already 6.
6 already.
6 bowling options.
You have 6. You can
But
fit
then
in
you
a
need
batsman. So, put in Rinku Singh.
Put in Rinku.
There you go. Look at that batting. Yeah.
So 11, let us just see according to the calendar.
Yeah.
Okay, number 1, you open with Jinx,
Yeah.
Venkatesh Iyer, that is your 1 and 2. 3 is Shreyas,
Yeah.
4 is Nitish,
Yeah.
5 is
Billings.
6 is Russell.
Yeah. No, 6 is Rinku, 7 is Russell. But what you do depending on the match situation.
Yeah. 7 is Russell, 8 is Narain,
Yeah.
9 is Umesh.
Whichever way.
Okay, 9 is Mavi,
Okay.
10 is Umesh, 11 is Chakravarti.
Yeah.
So no place for Tim Saudi then.
No, we've got Saudi.
No, where do we Billings we included?
That's
no?
why I said
No,
there's
so your Billings-
some calculation wrong.
Billings,
Billings,
Narain, and Russell. That's it.
So we Billings, Narain, Russell, and Saudi. Then you can remove Rinku, na, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys, come on.
Okay, let's go through it again. Last time, Jinx and Venkatesh, 1 and 2.
Yes.
Shreyas, 3. Nitish, 4. 5. This is where the country is. So till Nitish Rana is 4.
Yes. Now bowlers, I'm putting
Five is Billings.
Billings.
Saudi,
6 is Andre Russell.
Mavi,
7th is Sunil Narayan. 8th is Tim Saudi. 9th is Shivam Mavi. 10th is Umesh Yadav. 11th is Varun Chakravarti. Okay.
So no Rinku.
By the way, they have played this side and then they lost.
Yeah, so that doesn't matter.
No, but I
No, the best
I still think you need to
SRH
find.
also lost na, the
No,
team.
but I still think you need to find a place for Rinku Singh instead of someone like
No, okay,
Rahan.
Rinku is done well now, yeah. I'm just saying you can drop him later.
Maybe you
whatever.
persist with this lineup for at least 3-4
if
games.
you think Jinx is not firing, okay, you push someone else to open, yeah, instead of
Yeah.
No,
whatever.
but wasn't this their lineup in the first 4 games?
But in that, if you have to look at it, they won 3.
Yeah,
3 out of
exactly.
1.
Exactly.
But it was because Russell and all were firing.
Oh,
Yeah.
so then you stick with that.
So
na?
with that same
That's-
team-
SRH is also losing with
Yeah.
that thing. They change too many things.
No, Cummins came in place of Saudi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. It all started when you started making mistakes.
Mistakes, yeah.
We're sitting here, we can make a better 11. And if that's the 11, only issue you may have, okay, Ajinkya Rahane maybe not doing well. If you're not sticking with it, you get a Rinku, get someone else to open, yeah.
The
You can
brief-
get Sunil Narayan to open.
No.
Then
Yeah.
surely you can get a Billings or someone to open.
They are making Sunil Narayan. I today was, as I said, surprised they put Sunil Narayan ahead of Nitish Rana, who's
Yeah.
supposed to be the better batsman.
Exactly what
Some
I'm saying.
random stuff
See,
that they keep
supposing-
doing, that
That
I
is
don't
what I'm
agree
saying.
with.
I think the team that we've made is a far better team.
Yeah.
That is.
Because see, you give clear instructions. Venkatesh, you have to go for the attack from ball 1. Rahane can be your grafter and can hold fort from one end. And then he can accelerate once he gets his eye in. Nitish can also bat well. Shreyas. Apart from that, number 5, 6, 7 can be easily moved up and down the order. no?
Okay, let's take some of the comments also they've picked. Amrik has picked Venkatesh Iyer, Rahane, Shreyas Iyer, Rana, Sam Billings, Russell, Narain, Rinku/Varun Chakravarti. That cannot be. You'll have to get a bowler.
Yeah.
Oh, he's put Varun/Anukul Roy, Umesh, Tim Saudi, Shivam Mavi. Exactly, Amrik, what we had picked. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yep.
We are sitting on the outside, can pick a better 11 than what the KKR team is doing. Abhi Adhikari has picked Venkatesh Iyer, Rinku Singh he's got him to open, then Shreyas, Rana, Russell, Nabi he's got, I'm not sure, Nabi is not in great form, so Narain, Umesh, Varun, Saudi, Mavi, but roughly the same.
Yep.
Don't you think they are missing Prasidh and
Krishna.
DK? Absolutely.
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 Especially
like many other teams are missing a lot of other players.
Yep. Chennai are missing Hazelwood and Faf.
Yeah, exactly. There.
And KKR retained their 4.
Yep.
They,
so no
they
complaints
picked their
there.
4, yeah, so they can't complain.
Yeah. Benjamin Andrew Stokes is saying no gain from this win except 2 points. He's a Delhi fan, you know that.
No net, boss, still
Yeah.
the net run rate is the best for
Best.
DC. Like among all the teams, even though they are number 6 on the table, their net run rate is better than everybody above them also.
Yeah. And they are still in with a chance, Delhi Capitals.
They just need to win.
Win.
Simple as that.
Yep.
Sahil Vatia says, I believe Russell and Narain play a huge role in KKR failure. They only sound promising on paper but have failed to deliver in terms of winning matches. Absolutely inconsistent and they should be released. I think it's a bit harsh, I know, but Narain bowled well in a few games and
He's
Russell
still
also
bowling
batted well.
Yeah.
Russell has
But
won them
just
a
the
game.
thing is, again, you know, the standards Russell set, it cannot be there every time. 1 or 2 seasons that he had. I don't
Yeah,
think.
that
you
one
can
season where every game he was coming and scoring.
2019.
Weber is saying Cummins in place of Russell. I'll tell you why. Will bowl better than him. I know Cummins also goes for a lot of runs, and batting is not doing bad. Yeah, he can compete with Russell in batting alone. So not a bad option actually. Can
See,
look at-
Russell of 2019, it will be very hard to replicate because every match he was coming in and just smashing bowlers for fun.
Yeah.
That won't happen.
Yes. By the way, the United Chelsea game starts in 6 minutes.
Yes.
I know. There are lots of questions.
So, Benjamin Andrew Stokes was asking, where is Shane? Apparently getting ready for a party. Chelsea are going to win, that's why.
Oh, is
We'll
it?
see. We'll see.
Redacted Shetty said, just realizing Cummins coming in for Saudi changed everything for the worse. Redacted
Yeah, yeah.
Shetty, you hadn't been watching our show. We said
We
it.
said it.
That was it. That was the point.
And it got papered because of that one innings he played,
Yeah.
and everybody's like, Saudi,
Ah.
okay, Cummins is still winning you games. One game after that, nothing.
Imagine Kolkata's plight that you have to turn to Tim Saudi for death bowling. Oh man, you're caught between a rock and a hard place if you have to look at it. Saudi was your best death bowler until 2013. After that, 2014 onwards till now, he's been woeful in the death.
Final question from Love Rami wants to know one book that you read, you've taken inspiration from. One book, anyone.
Open.
Oh, I love that book.
Open.
I don't think it inspired me, but I
No,
love the book.
I loved the book, and I thought, not inspirational per se,
Yeah.
but I thought it showed you that there are times when you don't like doing something,
Yeah.
but you still keep at it, right?
Yes.
And that's what that book is about.
It's the
And
best sport book that I've read also.
Andre Agassi,
Agassi.
Open.
talking
Yeah.
about his life, how he hated tennis so much, and
Still
yet-
hates it.
Still hates it,
Yeah.
and yet went on to win Grand Slams,
Yeah.
and how it all came
Yeah.
about. Open by Andre
The
Agassi.
only-
You have to read it if you haven't read
It's
it.
not by Andre Agassi. I forget the writer.
The writer's name, and I'm
Yeah.
saying,
It's
But
the
it's
life
on-
of life
his,
of Andre Agassi.
It's his book.
Yes.
It's his life
Imagine
stories.
for a guy
Biography.
who hated tennis, he's the only guy who's achieved a stat that neither Federer, Nadal, or Djokovic have ever achieved till now.
Yes.
I'll tell you that stat after the show ends, or if you want, I can tell it now.
Please go
Just
ahead.
now.
So Andre Agassi has won all 4 Grand Slams. He's also won the Olympic singles gold, and he's also won the year-ending ATP finals.
There are many players who.
No, Federer has not won the singles gold in
Yes.
Olympics.
Nadal
has never won the year-ending.
ATP finals.
ATP year-ending. He has never won it.
Oh, is it?
Yes, he's reached the final 3 times, but he's lost in the final 3 times.
Ah,
So Andre Agassi is the super career Grand Slam. He's the only guy to achieve it till now. If Nadal wins this year, he will.
he won't win it. I'm telling you.
I
that
know
right now.
because he will then create a benchmark which no other tennis player can ever achieve.
Nadal never wins those.
Rania Singh, my vote for Shark Tank goes to DC versus Mumbai Indian. Very
Thank
well
you.
presented, Siddharth.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't watched it, check it out. It's on Sports Today. Have you watched King Richards? No, I'm planning to watch it, but I'm not getting an off day. So when I do, I will watch it. First thing.
I
It's on
also-
Amazon Prime.
I also haven't
Yeah.
watched
I want to watch
Richard
it.
Williams.
You've seen it, Anurag? You're nodding your head.
It's a very nice film. I have heard about it.
Arey, to heard to we've all.
it. He won the Oscar for it.
Yes.
I want to watch it.
Richard Williams.
Yes.
We'll see it.
Love Rami is saying he's watched it 5 times already.
Wow.
Look at that.
Okay,
Love-
hold on. Don't rub it in our faces because we go back home also. We are still watching sports. Like Shane and I will be there with you at the end of that Chelsea United
Yeah.
game talking about it.
Yep.
So come on, guys, don't rub it in our face. Probably later. Probably tomorrow is my off day, so I'm gonna maybe take some time out and watch it.
Nice.
Harry Fantastico. Let's hope the same happens.
Vamos CR7.
At least one of you will win.
Huh?
Trains are like
What if it's a draw? What if it's a draw, Anurag?
Then I
Then
think
not one of us
Man
will be
U's
winning it.
top 4.
Man United. Say Man United.
Manchester United's top 4 chances then are diminished even further.
They're not
Yes.
going. What top 4 you are still talking about?
Gone.
They should just
Europa,
win to
even-
keep a place for Europa League.
Amit
that's
Chandel
all.
is running justice for Siddhant. He didn't. win.
Hashtag.
Actually, I mean, in hindsight, I think his presentation was the best, but this the rivalry was
Rivalry,
yeah.
though, of course, I think.
Yeah.
I underrated, and I took it to a different tangent.
And the one who
also.
made the most simple presentation won, because the rivalry was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So happens.
Yep. GGMU.
Glory,
Go,
glory,
go.
man.
Somebody asked us who would tell us which retained players are performing. So Umran Malik is one
Yes.
performing very
Umran
well,
is doing well.
isn't it?
Yep.
But we can make a separate video on that actually.
Yeah.
You know, of, players that have been retained who are performing well.
Yep. None from Mumbai are doing well. None from CSK.
Hardik is kind of retained in the sense they got him. You know,
KL Rahul
before
for
the
Lucknow
auction.
Super Giants.
KL Rahul, they got him before, but not retained by their franchise. So I
Yeah.
know it's a grey area.
Yep.
But
None
he
from
was-
CSK are doing well.
yeah, none from CSK.
Jaddu, Deepak Chair though has not bowled a ball, will not bowl a ball this season.
Gone.
Dhoni.
14 crore is gone.
Dhoni apparently better.
Sky, I think, has not been bad. Now he's
Yeah.
sort of tapered off, but started off.
One
well.
innings.
Yeah.
Even apart from that last innings, his
Bumrah
highest
also
score
has
was
been
32.
doing
Yeah,
well, yeah.
Bumrah only
Bumrah is also
4
doing
wickets
well.
in
Yeah.
last 8 games, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, thank you guys.
For
Yep.
giving us company. We're live every day before the match, in the middle of the inning, at the post show as well, both on YouTube as well as Facebook. So you can catch us on any platform that you prefer. And don't forget to download the Gamezy app. We make our teams. I think I've won a bit today.
And
I also
so
have
have
a bit
you.
today.
Yeah.
So the Sunday feast is on you two guys.
Ah.
No, no.
Good night.
That-
See you
you're not
tomorrow.
getting away.
Subscribe to Sports Today if you haven't already.
You're not
bye,
get-
bye, bye.